Good morning and welcome to this week's vlog update. It'll be a super quick one this time around because I've got a heck of a lot to work through today, which is very exciting. Later this morning, I'll be catching up with Elizabeth and Renee, who I'll of course be delivering that Australian Songwriters Conference Sydney Circle presentation with tomorrow. That's very exciting. So we're just going to go over a few last minute details, make sure everything's all set up properly as it needs to be, and we're aware of the Zoom secret handshakes and everything. And yeah, then we'll be set to go. And hopefully I'll have time to review my slides again, just, maybe a quick once over to make sure my timing's okay. Yeah, for tomorrow night's presentation. Very exciting. It's the one, of course, that I went through in more detail last week about managing songwriting and music projects. So it's very exciting that I'll be able to sort of reframe my professional background and experience in project management and communications into songwriting as a sort of creative channel, and how project management principles can be applied to songwriting and music engagement. So that's very, very cool. I'm very, glad that Elizabeth has invited myself and Renee to talk a bit about that, give us everyone a sort of perspective, I guess, of both Renee's applications as an established country music artist here in Australia, and then my own experience as a just starting out noob to releasing music. So yeah, very cool. Then also today I've got some work that I want to do on a couple of those very exciting tracks that I'm working on with Ben that we're going to release later this year. I've got some new vocal takes to do of one of the duets, Vibration Angle, and then I think that one is pretty close to being done, which is very exciting. We've also got Random Collusion, another duet that is pretty much ready to go as well. We've just got, I think, pretty much just Ben needs to do the vocals at his end for that. The arrangement's pretty set and the lyrics are locked in, essentially. I mean, there's one final line in the final verse of his that I think could be tweaked, but I'll go over that with him when we catch up tomorrow morning. Very exciting next couple of days. And then yeah, that gives us two of our duets that are pretty much ready to go for August. And then we'll be working on Life Soaked Reveal, which is one that's mostly me, but I'm going to see if he's open to doing some background vocals for it. I've got a few ideas for that, because I would really love to, for all of these pieces that we're working on together, have both of us doing vocals in some way for them, even if it's just a little bit of background vocals or, vocal effects or something like that. I think it would be really cool to have the team involved, right? So yeah, it's all in the works. Really looking forward to that. And then we've also got the Melbourne Circle for August, my very first Melbourne Circle that I'll be hosting with Emily. There's good progress with that as well. We've had a number of bookings already. Very, very cool. And so I'll be diving straight into that once I'm done with tomorrow's presentation, really, and then also working with Nick on his presentation for September for the Melbourne Circle, which will be on sort of insider perspectives on music industry systems and processes. And Nick is so well positioned to talk about that. He's been, hugely involved, immersed essentially in the Australian music industry since the mid-90s, if not earlier. I know at least since the mid-90s, because that's when he and Naomi established Dandelion, which is, of course, their amazing band, electro-medieval. Check it out, guys. It's amazing. And yeah, he's also worked with APRA AMCOS for like a decade and has been on grant assessment panels for a number of different arts organizations in Australia. So Nick is definitely going to be a font of knowledge to talk about industry processes. So very excited that he's been kind enough to join us for September. And yeah, so there's a lot happening, a lot to excitingly keep my head around. So I better get back to it, eh? See you next week.